Here we go. My number one point, and again, that's why you tune in. The stories, not just the sports talk. I have written here, Rod and Bo. And I said to Darren as we were driving back from the golf course last night, I said, Darren, I think in the opening segment, I'm just going to turn it over to you because you had the funniest take on myself and the star quarterback of the Canadian Football League's Calgary Stampeders, Bo Levi Mitchell, who clearly doesn't like me at all. We extended the offer for him to come on the program yesterday live from the Bears Paw Golf Club, and the quote was not a chance, and there might have been an F-bomb in there too. So you knew we were going to run into each other at the supper, which I was the master of ceremonies of the supper last night. They put the mic in my hand, and you just giggled your butt off watching the hijinks.
Well, it was funny, right from the beginning. It was literally like two exes showing up to the same venue, and they hadn't seen each other since the breakup, right? They both knew each other was going to be there, so it was awkward right from the beginning. We were looking around, where's Bo? And you could see when he came in, and we were all outside by the carts and mingling and registering, he was looking over, and then inside...
I saw it.
Inside the banquet hall, it was like Rod's here, Bo, and you just circled the perimeter, but always stayed on opposite sides of the room until... it got so bad that he was in the buffet line. There was nobody else left to go, and as you like to do, you let everybody else eat first, and clearly Bo does too, because he was the second last person to eat. And
I'm like, I'm not going up there.
Yeah, you can't go in line when he's there. So it happened all night, and then, you put him on the spot.
Just hang on. Tell him about the music in his golf cart.
So we're going. I circle back 18. I asked if you actually wanted to hop in, but you're like, no, I'm good.
I said, no, we might run into Bo, and I don't want to.
And sure enough, 2 holes later, we did. He's coming down one hole, we're going up the other, and he's by himself like all the celebrities were, and he's rocking the country music. And I'm like, this guy is just like Rod. He's listening to 90s country. It was Michael Pedersen, Drink, Swear, Steal, and Lie. Right? Great song, and he's pumping it, and he's like, hey, boys. I don't think he recognized me, but he's having a great time bumping the country. I'm like, if they only knew, they would get along. They're the same person, just like, a decade apart?
He's at the roast beef carving station. I'm watching from across the room. He's got his hat on the back of his head. And I turned to Darren. I said, look, he's a redneck. He's a hillbilly. Darren goes, so are you. Oh, yeah. So anyways, I don't know if we're going to get along. But I did signal him out, just say on the microphone before we move on.
In a good way. He said, wanted to, recognize Bo here, who led the biggest comeback in CFL history, new father, giving up his night off to be here. So what could Bo do in that situation? You could tell it was just uncomfortable. And why wouldn't it be uncomfortable for him? So he put up his hand and said...
He turned as red as his helmet. And to be honest, I didn't know if people in that room of all the golfers would know the story. And as you said... Enough knew. Yes. So that was point one. Thanks, Bo. We're going to get you on the show. You just wait.